Winners focus on winning, and losers focus on winners. Well, I just had a podcast today, and I got a chance to be able to sit down with my brother, and that's exactly what he said to me today. He said, I don't care what anybody else is doing. I don't care where anybody else is. I'm not trying to focus on them. I'm trying to focus on exactly what I was purposed to do, and therefore I don't have to worry about anything else. And then he followed it up with winners focus on winning, and losers focus on winners. Well, it took me back to when I was a kid. I believe I had just got done with high school and just started in hair school in Santa Maria Beauty College. We were in Lompoc, California on 6th Street. I remember I was standing in the doorway of right outside my room. We had a one-story house where, 2 rooms were on one side and my mom's room was on the other. And she was standing in the kitchen right next to the counter. And on the counter, there was a juicer. A manual juicer, and it was clamped onto the counter. And as I looked, right behind her was some sheer curtains, and it kind of guarded the view out to the courtyard where the lemon tree was, where she would pick a lemon in the morning. She would bring it in, add some sugar, add some water, and get me a fresh squeezed glass of lemonade. And I remember saying a comment to her, and she said back to me, son, you'll never have to, if you focus on what you want, you'll never have to focus on what you don't. And it was in response to a comment that I had made, that I told her all the things that I didn't want to do and all the things that, I want to stay away from in my career. And she just reiterated those very simple words. If you focus on what you want, you won't have to concern yourself with what you don't. And although those words hit me really hard, I've held on to them. At times when I'm struggling, I have to revisit them. And I got revisited with them today from my brother when he said winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. See, as I sat down with Proverbs 2, which was the other day, and this was reiterated, and this is how good God is. God knows, he knew 3,000 years ago that you were going to be in the place where you're at right now, that you were going to need a word today, and I want you to understand that he has all those things planned out. He's got all the details, and he loves you more than anything. So Proverbs 2 reminds us to seek out, store up, listen, apply, call out for, cry aloud for, look and search for wisdom as if your life depends on it. And this is all because we're going to need it with the things that are on the way. So why don't we get this party started?
Yeah. And this the vibe that raised us, made us, saved us. Love so strong that the hard times praised us. From base life roots to the freeway nights, we turn small rooms into launch pad flights. Yeah, this the vibe that raised us, made us, saved us. Love so strong that the hard times praised us. From base life roots to the freeway nights, we turn small rooms into launch pad flights. We begun surfing waves too low, made our own rules everywhere we go. Held tight to the truth that our parents declared. Anything is possible, the love stayed there. Now Rob's daughter ballin' on the end scene, Olay scene. Will's kids live dreams we never could have seen. This the vibe that raised us, made us, saved us. Love so strong that the hard times praised us. From base life roots to the freeway nights, we turn small rooms into launchpad flights.
Winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. This was the thing that my brother said, and he dropped an F-bomb on me today. As he was talking, he said, I don't give a bleep what anybody else is doing. I want to focus in on what I was purposed to do. And when that happens, then you just go after that thing and you don't concern yourself with all the distractions, all the things that other people are doing. And what he was telling me in this is, don't worry about comparing yourself to anybody else. Don't compare your business to anybody else's. And in a age of comparison, this is very tough. In an age of social media, it's very tough not to compare yourself at times to other things that you see. But I tell you, this was a reiteration a couple seasons ago I was coaching in flag football. I was coaching for my son, and we come down to a playoff game. And one of the coaches, I absolutely love him. I was working with him, and he was so focused on what the other team was doing and the players on the other team. And I said, I don't want to focus on any of that. I just want to focus on us. But there was a heavy emphasis on what the other players were doing, how good they were, what they were going to do, all these things. I believe that if you just focus on what you need to do and execute at the highest level, you won't have to worry about any of those things. And my brother reiterated it. I love you, Big Rob. He is the #1 personal injury attorney in Las Vegas, Cardenas Law Group. If you have a challenge, you have a car accident in Vegas, there's only one option. And that is Cardenas Law Group. The integrity, I mean, the guy is absolutely amazing. But what's so cool about this is he echoed what my mom said years and years and years ago. I believe this was 1993, or it was 1993. And so you think about it, this is, how many years is that? 33 years ago. My mom said something. Then God echoed it 2 days ago. And then my brother said it, and it was consistent. And so God 3,000 years ago, my mom 33 years ago. And then my brother, then God brings it to me 2 days ago, and then my brother reiterates it. I tell you, the consistency of God's word is absolutely phenomenal. And when my mom said to me that when you focus on what you want, you won't have to concern yourself with what you don't, it just helped me to realize that what my pops was saying to me growing up, which was the difference between being good and being the best, is just simply being focused. But we got to figure out what to be focused on. And God made it very simple. He just wanted us to focus on wisdom, and wisdom is the right use of knowledge. And the only place where that comes from, it only comes from one source, and that's from the fear of God. So when we fear God or respect him, spend time with him, he gives us wisdom, which is the right use of knowledge. Then he gives us the ability to be able to gain knowledge. And when you take wisdom and knowledge and put it together, it's that knowledge will be applied. And when that's applied, it'll create understanding. The understanding, once you do it over and over again, you start to understand it at a different level. Insight will come, and you'll see past the surface. When that insight comes and it's worked, then you'll gain discretion. You'll be able to pump the brakes and say, should I do this? Should I not? I'll slow it down so I could see it at a different play. Once that discretion is built, then the discernment muscle of saying that, is this for me or is this not for me? And you come to that fork in the road, and it helps us with that fork in the road to make the decision that's right in line with what our purpose is. And we are able to focus on that. Next comes discipline, because it takes discipline to be able to execute once you choose which side of the fork in the road that you're going to go to. And then it takes strength to continue on and to be consistent in that. And I was talking to my brother about this today, about the strength that it takes to stick to your core values while adopting modern day tools and technology. So you don't become the get off my lawn person, but you're also not the person chasing every single shiny trend that comes in. And I heard my pops' voice as I was sitting down in Proverbs 2. And he was telling me there's only one source of wisdom. And when we focus on that one source, then we'll gain true wisdom, the right use of knowledge, and then it brings in all the rest. And I heard his voice. It said, he would say, boy, you can't hit a target you can't see. It went back to focus. Everyone is running around putting out fires. Why not invest in wetting the soil? Focus. Wars are won in peacetime preparation. Focus. When we focus on what we want, we won't have to concern ourselves with what we don't. Winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. In Proverbs 2, it's a wealth of knowledge, and it comes through. So if you store up wisdom in your heart, knowledge will be pleasant in your soul, and discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you. It's a statement that is, I just wrote that out verbatim. Like generally I'll paraphrase whatever it is. This didn't need to be paraphrased because that is so very strong. And the reason why we need to store up wisdom in our heart and knowledge, that knowledge will be pleasant to our soul and discretion will protect us and understanding will guard you is because silly people with silly ideas will promise foolish things and they're on the way. But wisdom will guard you. So when we focus on that one thing, just like the winner focus on winning. That's all. They're just the focus. The difference between good and being the best is just focus. So what should we focus on? Well, God is telling us here, just focus on wisdom, and there's only one place to get it. And if we know the one place to get it, we'll be focused on that, and that one place to get it is to spend time with Him. He built you. He built every single one of us. He built you for these times right now. And whatever you're going through, with the challenges that you're facing within your business, within your relationships, within your marriage, within your family, all those things, God knows exactly what you're going through. And He wants to let you know that He wants you to focus on Him, not on all the challenges. And He'll take you through. You were made with a purpose, and distractions will try and get you off track. Wisdom will guard you. Invest in wisdom and it'll pay off. Value it at the highest level. Doing the right thing is less challenging when you actually know what the right thing is. Although it's the fork in the road that we all need help with. And if you've ever come to a fork in the road, guys, there's things that sound good in this side, things that sound good on this side. Well, if I go this way, I go that way. Imagine there's going to be so many different forks in the road, but when we rely and we focus on wisdom, we'll know, we'll see it from a mile away. I talked about it before where Steph Curry understands the game at a different level and the game slows down for him. If you want the game to slow down, simply focus on the one thing that will cause the game to slow down in every aspect, personally, professionally, spiritually, financially. And that's wisdom. Winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. When we fill our heart with wisdom, the answers become clear. Don't get it twisted, though. You still have a choice, and you can always choose not to choose wisdom. When wisdom is on the scene, it will make my mama's words loud and clear. When you focus on what you want, you will never have to concern yourself with what you don't. I think God is so amazing because 3,000 years ago, He wrote it. 33 years ago, my mom said it to me in the doorway on 6th Street in Lompoc in front of the sheer curtains with the little clamped juicer, manual juicer that, the sheer curtains kind of guarded the courtyard that had the lemon tree, and she would pick one lemon and she would put some sugar and water in it, and she would give me brand new, just like crafted lemonade every single day. Now, it wasn't that we were super wealthy. We weren't at all, but we were wealthy in love, and she was wealthy in wisdom. And then when I complained to her about what I didn't want to do, she brought me right back to center and said, son, if you focus on what you want, you'll never have to concern yourself with what you don't. That was 33 years ago. About 2 days ago, I sat down with my alone time, and God reminded me of my mom's words, which were in line with His words. And then I had a conversation with my brother today, and he said, winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. And what he was saying is, if you focus on what it is that you want and what you are purposed to do, you'll never have to concern yourself with what you don't and what is not for you. I want to thank you all for tuning in to the podcast. You guys need to come out to the Vibe Room. It is March 11th. I tell you, it is going to be unbelievable. The lineup is phenomenal. You're going to meet Big Rob there. He's going to be in the house. There are going to be so many amazing people. Stacy is coming out from all the way from the East Coast. We've got Lavelle Casiero is coming out. We got Nick Horgan. We got James Dixon. I'm telling you, Joe Shumpert is going to be there. Dee Dee Hudley, Harry Hudley, you better get out here because you've been asked for. There are so many amazing people that are going to be in the room. We're going to have live music, stand-up comedy, incredible interviews, but most of all, it's going to be the people sitting next to you in the audience that can literally shift your life. So hopefully you have a phenomenal day. My name is Kelly Cardenas, and I'm officially off the hot seat. Peace, love, and soul.
Yeah, yeah, and this the vibe that raised us, made us, saved us. Love so strong that the hard times praised us. From base life roots to the freeway nights, we turn small rooms into launch pad flights. Yeah, this the vibe that raised us, made us, saved us. Love so strong that the hard times praised us. From base life roots to the freeway nights, we turn small rooms into launch pad flights. We begun surfing waves too low, made our own rules everywhere we go. Held tight to the truth that our parents declared. Anything is possible, the love stayed there. Now Rob's daughter ballin' on the end scene. Ole scene, Will's kids live dreams we never could have seen. This the vibe that raised us, made us, saved us. Love so strong that the hard times praised us. From base life roots to the freeway nights, we turn small rooms into launch pad flights.